My wife Lucy cheated on me with 30-year-old gym trainer, so I plotted a revenge. The fluorescent lights in the gym flickered above me as I pressed the weights down, each rep a reminder of my new reality. Just months ago, the gym had been a sanctuary for my wife, Lucy, a sanctuary I casually strolled into, feeling like a proud husband supporting his partner on her fitness journey. But now, it was a prison where every weight I lifted was drenched in betrayal. It was a Tuesday afternoon when I discovered Lucy's affair. I had come home early, eager to surprise her with a homemade dinner and a tranquil evening together. Instead, I found her sprawled across our bed, giggling on the phone. I froze, heart racing, hearing fragments of a conversation. "Ignore him, just meet me like we planned." My breath caught in my throat as icy dread washed over me. Days turned into weeks of clandestine rumors and lingering doubts. I immersed myself in work, scarcely sleeping and barely eating, until one day, I finally confronted her. The shock on her face morphed into a defensive rage. "How could you think that? You're imagining things." But the sinking feeling in my gut told me otherwise. After the confrontation, I became a detective in my own life, tracking her movements like a hawk. I saw the signs, the late gym sessions, the cryptic messages, and a fitness trainer named Jake who had become far too present in her life. Every time I saw her leave with a gym bag slung across her shoulder, a knot tightened within me. I needed to focus, I needed a plan. It wasn't long before I decided that revenge was the balm I desperately wanted. But I wanted something methodical, poetic. I wasn't a brute, I would show her what betrayal did to those it touched. The idea simmered in my mind until it became a fever dream, and I devised my grand plan. When Lucy went out on another unsuspecting trip to the gym, I transformed myself. This was no longer about wallowing in sorrow, I turned the sadness into determination. I hired a personal trainer, Liam, and poured my heart into rebuilding myself. My goal wasn't merely to outshine Lucy or even to win her back, but to reshape my identity and prove to her, and most importantly, to myself, that I could thrive. Liam was a force of nature. With each session, I felt muscles I never knew existed springing to life, my body adapting and evolving in ways I hadn't imagined. I became a regular at the gym, and soon enough, I overheard snippets of conversations about Lucy and Jake, how they were the power couple of the gym scene. Each mention fueled my ambition. Weeks passed, and the day finally arrived for my move. At a lavish local competition organized by our gym, Lucy was parading with Jake, and I was ready. I signed up for the competition, a decision that rattled my nerves but exhilarated me in equal measure. As I stepped on stage, the spotlight warm against my skin, I could see Lucy in the crowd, her eyes wide with shock. As I flexed and posed, I spotted her leaning closer to Jake, her voice a low murmur, a desperate attempt to reclaim the attention she had unceremoniously lost. The crowd erupted with applause, and I reveled in my metamorphosis, stripped of the pain that had once held me hostage. After the competition, the after-party was in full swing, and I spotted Lucy. She approached me timidly, Jake trailing behind her like a lost puppy. "Wow, you've changed. I didn't know you had it in you," she offered, a nervous smile plastered on her face. Before I could respond, Jake claimed the spotlight. "Lucy and I were just talking about how incredible you looked on stage. She hasn't stopped talking about your journey." My heart raced at the implications of their relationship, but I held my composure. "Thanks," I replied, trying to suppress the revenge-fueled satisfaction swelling within me. It took a little heartbreak to push me into action. Sometimes, we need to be broken in order to build something stronger. I turned on my heel, purposefully moving away from them. The mortification I had long feared felt almost liberating as I dismissed their shared glances. I didn't need Jake's validation, nor did I crave Lucy's admiration. I was more than the man who had been wronged, I was the phoenix rising from the ashes of betrayal. In that moment, I realized that my revenge hadn't been about hurting Lucy, it had been about reclaiming my life, rediscovering myself after the shambles we had created together. And perhaps, just perhaps, my journey and self-transformation could serve as a stark reminder of what she lost and that true strength emerges when we rise above the betrayals we face in life. As I stepped off the stage into my new reality, the applause of the crowd resonated, filling the empty void Lucy's affair had left behind. I was no longer the man of sorrow, I was the man renewed, ready to embrace whatever life had in store for me next.